Well, the way that we played in the first half, you can have two things happen in a game at once. And you can be you can feel really good about a win, especially on this day. But you can also hold yourselves accountable for not being focused in the second half. And I think we played hard, but being focused on the same things that we did in the first half. And I want our team to feel good about that, and I want us to dig in and figure out how to continue to do that throughout the course of the game. And that, to me, that's focus. And it's a collective focus. It's no one guy. It's all of us. And that's something we've got to get better at.
Speaking of that first half, you guys held Victor Wembanyama to, no points. Just what was working for you guys to kind of isolate him or take him away from the basket?
Yeah, the thing about that, the good thing about that is that no one was thinking about that. We were thinking about the fact that we held the Spurs, and that's what our mindset has to be. Because when he's running to the rim and they're throwing it over the top of us, that's not the same guy every time. And no one's saying that's my matchup. In fact, it's no one's matchup. It's our matchup. And that mentality is the mentality that we need, that urgency. And when something like that happens once, we've got to dig in and not let it happen again.
Coach, when you look at that second half, I know you mentioned focus. Is that just the primary thing, or is there several other things you're?
No, I think that, there was some things that happened in the game. The way that you knew the Spurs, they play hard. They're connected, and you knew we had a great first half. We played really, really well, and they missed some shots, and the score reflected that. But at the beginning of the third quarter, they raised their level, and you have to anticipate that that's going to happen, and it's not so much about it's going to happen as how do we react to it. And sometimes even if you react well, a team's is on a level competitively and has that urgency because they're behind. So I thought they started picking up. We got a little stagnant. We weren't moving. And what that usually means is we're not as connected as we need to be on offense with, everybody helping each other. And that's really the key for me. Okay?
I got one more.
Yeah.
So, Coach, you touched on it a little bit right there, but coming into today, the net differential by quarter has been pretty decent in every quarter except the third. And actually, the strongest one was in the second at about a plus 5.4, and in the third quarter, it's a negative 12.4, and that's the biggest swing after halftime in the NBA. And we saw that trend continue tonight. So is it more of a systemic thing, or what can you speak to about that sort of discrepancy?
Yeah, it's obviously something that we're aware of, whether we're 30th or 29th or 26th. I think that it's, when you look at how we started the game tonight, that's in us, and, that, starting the third quarter the way we started the game. And really, you can, obviously the third quarter jumps out, but I would offer that sometimes it's the 10-minute mark in the fourth through the 5-minute mark. Sometimes it's the 2-minute mark in the first through the, those swings for us. We've got to get better at not allowing, a few plays, a 6-8 point run to turn into a 15-2 run. So certainly coming out of halftime, that's a specific time where we can focus because it's there, but it's nothing that we're not aware of. We just got to lock in, and to your point, whether we're ahead or behind, I think that's the key thing for me. Is we've got to play the same way whether we're down or we got to lead, and that's the focus I'm talking about.
Coach, this last one for me. MLK game, the Hawks are usually a part of this every year. What did it mean to you tonight? Dr. Tommy Smith is in the building, and just what does this mean for the Hawks?
Well, it's a celebration, and not, his life and what he stood for and all the things that he did that we have a chance to follow and benefit from. Not having lived here for the last, decade, I've been here before for a year. I have a feel for the city. It's a special day for the country. I think here in Atlanta, and it doesn't diminish the significance of it other places, but here in Atlanta, because of the history of the city and a lot of other things, it's even more significant, I think. At least that's how I feel. And same thing within our organization. So the fact that we get to play today, I'm glad we won. That it's a good win for a lot of reasons. And had we lost, it's still a celebratory day. I'm just glad we get to double down with the win. But it's good for me personally, and I think for our players, our staff, and for the Hawks organization to be connected to that, with a game at home is a neat thing.
Yes, sir. Good game today, by the way. But what does it mean for you personally to coach on MLK Day?
I remember the first time that I coached on Christmas Day, and it was Christmas, and that's nice because you get to play on Christmas. This is much more significant, and I think because I'm coaching the Hawks too. If we were coaching another team and you were here, I think it's more special and more significant because you're here and you feel it, and not just today. All right, thanks.
Hey, Trae.
What's up?
Kind of a tale of two halves for you guys.
Sure.
What did you see that was going so well in the first half, and kind of why weren't you guys able to really carry that over to the second half? And what would you have liked to see better in the second half?
I think we obviously did a really good job in the first half. I think the attention to detail and the focus that we had coming out was big for us. And contesting shooters, rebounding, running, we were just playing like we should be playing. And in the second half, I feel like we just got to relax. I think they picked up the energy, obviously, and picked up the effort. And they were full court. The rest let them play a little bit, and then that's how they get back into the game, picking up the energy, and you just have to respond. And teams are going to go on runs start the game. It's hard to hold a team, no matter who it is, to no run. So we knew they were going to make a run. We just needed to try to stop it. We didn't, and thankfully we had as big of a lead as we did, so we were able to hold on.
Trae, second half, Jalen Johnson had a couple moments where he was really going at Victor. Just kind of what have you seen tonight out of Jalen?
What he's been showing all year for us. He's been playing really well as he's been out there, and just being aggressive and just attacking the paint. It's difficult when Victor's in there. He makes you think a lot, whether you're going to shoot the floater, if he's going to contest you, or go back to the big. And I had a couple of moments where I didn't make the right read and got either a turnover or just a block shot, and so it's tough when he's in there. So. But I think Jalen did a great job tonight attacking him and just keeping him on his heels.
You mentioned that they kind of picked up the energy in the third there. Why does that lull kind of happen for you guys in the third?
I don't know. If I had an answer for you, we'd switch it. It's just how it is. I don't know what it is. It's been years where we weren't good starting the games and was really good in the third quarters. And so I don't know what it is. We got to figure it out, and we got time to change it.
Late in the second half, you had a floater that looked like maybe the highest floater you've ever shot. Do you have to change the geometry of your floater when you're playing against somebody like Victor?
You definitely have to think about it, like I said, a little bit more when he's in the paint. Yes and no. He's a tough guy to go against when he's in the paint. He's not like a regular big. He's a smart big who can think out there, and he makes it tough on you.
You get asked these kind of questions a lot, but were you aware starting the second half that you were 1 point shy of a big milestone of 10,000 career points? And if so, was that on your mind?
Oh, no. Hell no. That wasn't on my mind at all. I was trying to win. I just wanted to win. To be honest with you, I didn't even know about it. I was just trying to go out there and win and try to put on a show. And this is always a special day to be able to play on this day. So I wanted to go out here and get a win for our team.
Yeah, just piggybacking off that, the importance of playing on MLK Day here in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, it's very important playing on this day. I mean, he obviously lived here, had family here, I think still has family here, and so to be able to play on this day is always special, and you can never take it for granted. Putting on this jersey on MLK Day and playing in the city of Atlanta, so you just gotta embrace it, enjoy these types of days because they only happen once a year. So I'm glad we get to play on this type of day. So I'm thankful.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Jalen, just for you to continue having nights of career success, just what does it say about your continued improvement and growth this season?
I think it's just a testament to, the hard work I did throughout the course of my career. Things are slowly just starting to click. My teammates, they help me with all that as well.
So Jalen, in the first half today, you had like a historic first half, especially with you had 10 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals, and I think it really spoke to like your diverse skill set and how many things you can do on the court. So could you just speak to how you've been empowered this season, because it really looks like you're finally starting to break out, and by most metrics, the most improved player in the NBA. So
yeah, like I said, it's a testament to hard work, and my teammates and coaches just putting me in the right position and allowing me to have the freedom just to be me within it. So having that support and people around you like that, it gives you a clear mind, especially when going out on the court, you're not overthinking. That's all it really is.
Jalen, you guys have had some struggles in the second half. Coach talked about you guys needing to improve your focus. What areas of growth do you guys see that you need to do to kind of get away from these second half lulls that you have?
I really think it's probably those first 5 minutes of the half. A lot of the times, when we get a good lead in the first half, we call a timeout because they go on a run. We got to just cut back on that, stop allowing that to happen because that gives the other team confidence. And you've seen it tonight. They cut the lead to, I think it was 6 at one point. So just understanding we just need to do it in the second half. We can do it in the first half all we want, but yeah.
Jalen, the Hawks held the Spurs to 34 points in the first half. What was working sort of defensively in the first half, and what did the Spurs do in the second half to kind of shake free of that?
I think what they did in the second half, I think it was more on us, I think, than anything. I think we took our foot off the gas, and that's just what the result was, them coming back, making a lead, gaining confidence. You've seen they came out starting their bench. So, like, I think when we saw that, like, it was kind of like just a let-up, and, we can't have that regardless who's on the floor, who's playing, who's not. So we just got to be better in that aspect.
I know you talk about it shouldn't matter with who's on the floor or who's not, but when you're guarding a guy like Wemby, how do you try to go about slowing him down?
I mean, he's still really young, so just kind of being physical with him as much as possible. Of course, he's going to get easy buckets. He's 7'4", whatever he is. So, but like I said, just trying to be physical with him, just trying to push him around, play more physical with him. But yeah.
What's up, Jalen? Rashad Milligan rolling out. Speaking of Wemby, you had a play where, you kind of made a power move to the bucket and kind of made a screen to him and the crowd. Just how was that moment like for you? What do you remember about that play in particular?
I don't really remember that play, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right, well, we could go this way. Just what was the energy like in Atlanta in that second half? You guys coming down, MLK Day, national TV game. Just what was the energy like in the building?
It was great tonight. I think for me personally, just playing in a lot of the arenas now, I feel like State Farm just separates himself from everybody else, just as far as the energy everybody brings, just the crowd interactions. It's really fun to play here. And especially have a game on MLK Day, it was huge, especially to get the W. So that was really good.
Jalen, you had 6 steals today. Is that something you want your teammates to look to you to maybe, be as a leader on the defensive end, that you are setting the tone for the team out there?
I mean, just personally, I just try to, play hard on defense and then just making the right reads, making the right plays. And I feel like as a unit, our rotations were a lot better in that first half tonight, which led to a lot of easy steals for me. A lot of the times, most of my steals came from one of our guys getting stops and, the ball's on the ground, and that comes up as my steal. But I think it was just a collective team effort and, as far as just taking pride in our matchups and, forcing them into tough situations where, they lose the ball.
Jalen, another question about tonight and MLK Day. What does MLK mean to you in general?
MLK, that means a lot, especially just kind of understanding just kind of what he was about, the equality, standing for what he believed in. And I think everybody, somewhat kind of applies that to their everyday life, just trying to stand for what you believe in, stand for what's right, most importantly. And the impact he has on us today, it's immortal, so it's everlasting. And, we just try to honor him and represent that as best as possible.
Last one.
Just Jalen, when things are getting kind of tough out there on the court, who are those voices of leadership amongst the team that say, hey, everything's going to be okay? Like, who are those voices on the team?
I think we all say something to each other. There's not just like one really vocal guy, but I think, with how we interact with each other, I think we just tell each other, like, let's go, let's pick it up. And then Coach, he emphasizes it as well. So, and actually Wesley, matter of fact, I'm doing Wes is really good at that. Just kind of being that OG veteran guy. He's in the huddles talking to us, kind of letting us know let's pick it up, So, yeah, Wes. But a lot of us, we still have that interaction amongst each other. Thank you, Jay. Chase, guys.